Good morning, everybody. Pastor Mike, the Pastor Mike, coming at ya on Saturday morning. So it's time for weigh-in. Well, actually, I've already done my weigh-in, but I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on with me. So you know that I'm the skinny fat guy, and what I'm doing is I'm making this here Saturday, March 14th? Look at my phone here. March 13th. So I'm making this my first official weigh-in. Now, I made a video a couple days ago and I stepped on the scale and showed you guys my weight and my body fat. I talked about how body fat is more important to me than weight is. I really don't care about weight. But that was just kind of a preliminary weigh-in. I'm not counting that as an official weigh-in for a couple different reasons. Number one, the scales can be inaccurate, y'all. And you have to weigh yourself more than one time. So like on Saturday mornings now, when I do my official weigh-in, what I do is I weigh myself 3 times within the course of about 30 minutes. And I take 3 and I average them together, the weight and the body fat. So I weigh myself when I first wake up, go about 10-15 minutes, cook breakfast, whatever, weigh myself again, go get dressed, weigh myself again a third time, then I'll eat breakfast. So I eat after I weighed myself. So the 2 constants that I have is I weigh myself 3 times, take the average, and the second constant is I do it at the same time every day, the same routine. So it's always first thing in the morning when I first wake up, so I haven't eaten anything, my stomach is empty, so the food that I've eaten won't affect the body fat percentage on the scale or my weight or anything like that. So the other day when I weighed myself, I don't remember if I had just eaten or if I had not eaten yet, and I don't remember what time of day. It was in the afternoon, and so there were no constants. There were way too many variables, so I don't know how accurate it was. So from now on, I'll be weighing myself Saturday morning when I first wake up. I'm going to try to post a video right away. If not, I will record it right away and then post it later when I get a chance. So, I mentioned before that weight is not a concern to me. I don't care how much I lose as far as weight goes. What I'm more concerned about is body fat percentage, because I'm a skinny guy. I don't really need to lose weight per se, but I need to lose some fat because I've got a lot of visceral fat right around my belly, which is very dangerous. Heart conditions, cholesterol, diabetes, blindness. There's a number of problems that I could have because I'm such a thin person, but yet carrying so much fat. It's really, really dangerous for me to be overweight. So I stepped on the scale 3 times this morning, and each time there was a little bit of a variation, half a pound, you know, a percentage of body fat here and there, up and down. So I did it 3 times, and so my first official weigh-in is 222.3 pounds is what I weigh. And my preliminary weigh-in was 228. But again, I don't know how accurate that was. So I was 228, now I'm down to 222, and when I did my prelim, my body fat percentage was 24.0. Now remember, anything above 25 is obese, anything between 18 and 25 is overweight, and average is between 8 and 18 for a male my age. So my preliminary body fat was 24. As of today, averaging out the 3 times I checked myself, it was 23.8. So my baseline is 222.3 pounds at 23.8% body fat. So my goal is to lose at or about 1 percentage of body fat per week. So at 222 pounds, 1% would be 2.22 pounds. So I'm shooting for about 2 pounds of fat loss per week. Now I'm in the gym hitting the weights pretty hard. I'm doing heavy sets of weights. My routine is not very much cardio, maybe a little bit of warm-up, a little bit of cool-down before the exercise, but I'll hit the gym and I'll do 3 different workout routines, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in an upcoming video. I want to do a video about what kind of exercise I do, and then a video about what kind of eating pattern, because I think it's not only important what you eat, but it's important when you eat and how often you eat. And I want to talk about that in some upcoming videos. So stay tuned. As you can see, check out the link down below, down here, that has a link to my YouTube channel. Go check out some of my YouTube videos, tell me what you think, and look forward to checking back in with you next week. Oh, and I want to see your guys' videos. I want to check out how things are going with you. Caveman, you can do this. You can do it. Oh, by the way, yeah, last week, you remember my video when I showed you where you wrap your fingers around your wrist, and if your thumb overlaps like that, like mine does, then you are a small frame person. You've got small bones. It's called an ectomorph. If you put your arm around your wrist, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, click over here and you can see this link here. You can go back and watch my last video, and I demonstrate doing the wrist thing around. So if you wrap your fingers, middle finger and thumb around your wrist, and it just barely touches like that, just exactly, but you can't overlap, then you're called a mesomorph, and you've got an average or a medium bone structure. And then if you, like caveman, Jerome Stein, and you try to wrap it around and it just won't quite touch like that, no matter how hard you try, then you're called an endomorph. You do in fact have large bones, and it's going to be harder for you to get slim. But you can get rid of that bone that hangs over the dinner table, that belly bone. You can do that. Caveman, you can do it. Alright, so look forward to seeing y'all's videos. I'll check back in with you next week. And remember, preach the gospel at all times, and when necessary, use words. Peace out.